All right, now that we're here by the truck, obviously the headliner comes out first, right?
Yep.
So to get the headliner out, we got to get all the seats out. It's gonna be the hardest part. So I guess we'll start with the seats. The visors, they require a Torx screw. Just doing that first real quick, since it's easier to sit down on the seat instead of having to get in there with no seat. So what I'm gonna do now is grab a flathead screwdriver and kind of just pry off this from the headliner. And it just comes out like so. And so you have two lights, two connections here. Get this out. One for the light and one for the rear window. Next one's this middle pillar right here. So once the front's out, you can slide your hand and guide it out just like so. And then we'll do the same with the back. Just take a flathead, pop off the covers.
So we're taking a break right now, but while he's doing that, we don't want rock lights right now.
Instead of paying $1,000 for rock lights,
You never.
yeah, like
What is this?
so much better.
50 bucks maybe? Maybe less than?
45, 46, 99.
Just for a little like show. You always got that.
All right, all 4 bolts are undone. As you can see right under here, you're gonna want to take and push this gray lever up. God, coming down on me like heavy ass chair. There we go. And this one.
2 bolts from the back that you're gonna need to undo too.
Boom. Comes out just like so. And now we can take out the rear pillar. All right, this is arguably the hardest part, is getting the headliner in and out of the truck. Oh, it's bent in the middle a lot. Oh, no, 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 no. And we're gonna mark all 1,300 holes, I think is the kit I ordered. We're gonna mark it with Sharpie and start poking holes. The only other thing he's doing right now is wrapping up most of the fiber optics with electrical tape. This is so that way when the headliner is actually in the truck, it won't come apart or separate, and it keeps things tight. But what we're doing right now is splitting the headliner into 4 quadrants. That way we have each section to work on at one time. This kit is 1,300 stars plus another 60 stars for something else that has to do with these lines that you'll see. So this is the back of the headliner where the rear seats are. And you can see he's putting hot glue over some of the fiber optics and the electrical tape to keep it in place and hold it down. We hot glued all the sections where we put electrical tape on the fiber optics. We clipped, we split the fiber optics into 2, and then we clipped about halfway down the fiber optics on that side, because that side only feeds into this quadrant right here. So it won't need to reach as far, and we don't want the wires, you know, getting caught on anything. So it's clipped halfway. And we still over here have a whole nother 15 feet of fiber optics. That's gonna be for either the front 2 or the whole passenger side. In terms of mounting the actual box that projects the light, a lot of times you would mount it right up here because it would be more sunken in with the sunroof. But since I don't have that, or you couldn't even mount it like in here, since this one obviously doesn't have a sunroof, we're putting the fiber optics through the back, the rear B pillar, and the box will go under the rear seats. So that's how we're doing it for this one. But if you have a sunroof, you can mount the box up top. Down here at the bottom, you can see we have enough fiber optic fed through, so that way we can snip it flush with the headliner. Each of the 2 sections for the fiber optics, we've kind of split into multiple branches throughout here. So basically it's kind of like wire management in a sense, but you can see from one big stem, we kind of like separated out 3 or 4 of these stems and put electrical tape around it and super glued it to the actual headliner. You can see all the stars have hot glue, and I'm feeding it through my wall right now to show you guys, but this is kind of what it looks like underneath. All right, so I'm gonna keep them on just to show you guys, so it's a little bit easier, but I left like 3 of them uncut. So you're gonna take a tool like this, some pliers, and how you're gonna cut these is obviously when you feed them through and you hot glue the back, and then you're ready to cut. See, it's hard to see, but you don't want to put pressure on the headliner or go too far down and then have it poke out. So you just want to kind of lay it on there as gentle as possible and snip it, and you should feel it a little bit. And that's how you do it. Now it's all done. When it's dark out, first thing to put the headliner back in is remove the rear seats. When you take off your rear seats, there's a cigarette lighter under the seats, and that's this connection right here. If you have like a little voltmeter or something, you can test it if it's live even when the truck is on or off. This one is continuous power, so when you turn your truck off, if you wire the fiber optics down through here and also the connection for the power down through the driver's side B-pillar to this cigarette lighter, then when you shut your truck off, your stars will still be on. I didn't want that. I want my stars to be off when I shut the truck off, but still be able to turn them on when the ignition is on, but the truck is off, if that makes sense. So I'll show you how to do that. That's on a different side. If you come up to the front passenger door right here, you'll notice up by the footwell that there is a fuse box right down there. And I tested all these already, and it's kind of hard to show you with the light, but this second red one right here, the 10 amp, that's the one that you'll want to poke into if you want your stars to stay on, or excuse me, if you want your stars to turn off when the truck is off, but then if you turn your ignition on, you can still turn them on with the app or with the remote, and the truck is off, but that ignition, it has to be on. So what you'll do is you'll run the power line through this passenger side B-pillar, and then you'll kind of feed it through the, I took off the components here, you can see these side vents and whatnot went right here, so I took it all apart. You'll take it apart and then just kind of feed it into that fuse box right there.